to get into the first topic of today, I saw reminding me of this group, and this is especially for if you are into modding and do still play like Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9 and stuff like that. There and I found this group thanks to basically just looking for mods for Final Fantasy 7, because I was like, I gotta wonder what's out there. And I first, of course, stumbled upon the Seventh Heaven mod manager here that you see up on the screen. That's how I first stumbled upon this group, Tsunamods. And as you can see, they have a bunch of their own mods in here. They've done a bunch of different projects. I've especially used their mod Cosmo Memory, which is a complete sound overhaul for Final Fantasy VII for the original. I don't know if Seventh Heaven has been updated to use the re-release that they've done now for Final Fantasy VII with the new achievement sets and stuff like that. I'll have to check. I'll have to test that out one of these days to find out. But this still works with the 2013 edition, and I wouldn't be surprised if they've already updated things to work with the new re-release. So I just leave that up to anybody else. But what kind of caught my interest on why I Tsunamods, as you'll see here, they've got a bunch of different projects that they're working on, and in particular, they are doing this one called Echoes for each game of Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, which is a voice mod. Basically, they have voice acting for it and stuff like that. But we'll kind of go into the about really quick. So let's first touch on so the about me. Final Fantasy is he goes by the name Suna. Final Fantasy VII was my first ever game, period. As a child, I wanted to play it so bad, and nobody would read it to me. So through sheer motivation, this game literally taught me how to read. And now, many years later, this game, you guys you're gonna have to have somebody proofread this. This game is my full-time job as a Twitch streamer, creating mods live for everyone to enjoy. Most commonly, you'll find the Echo S voice project and the Cetra project remake model imports. Along with my journey modding Final Fantasy VII, I made countless new friends and met many talented individuals that share the same passions that I do. Now I have my own community named Tsunamods, and even moderate for the Quim forums, which is what that's where it takes you to the mods when you're going through the Seventh Heaven. I myself currently have no skills in modding Final Fantasy 8 or 9, but we have people that do, and eventually when my time frees up, I want to dive into those titles. And that was what and he already is. Oh, hello, Big Rock TV. How are you doing today? But on to the Tsunamods. Tsunamods was created to bring people together as a team to create many awesome things for everyone to enjoy. Before it existed, the only community was but Q him forums, and in my opinion, at the time, was a very one-for-all place. The modders there didn't communicate. They were all rivals. If someone made a good texture mod, someone else would say, I can do better, and go make their own. I personally didn't like this, so I created Tsunamods. Well, I'd say that's a little bit of, at least a so long friendly rivalry and stuff like that, seeing who can, certainly produce a better product. That's not a bad thing. In our team, we have many talented artists, musicians, modelers, coders, you name it. We all came together to lend our talents to one another and work together to make the best possible results we could. Final Fantasy remake we got was cool and all, and don't get me wrong, I really enjoy the remake, but it isn't what many of us wanted. So we decided to make our own through improving the original. The vision from the Tsunamods team is to keep our old favorite game alive. I am in touch with Square Enix, and our team has the go-ahead to do what we like to these games within reason. That being that we aren't breaking any terms of service or copyright laws, of course. We wish to bring our own remasters of the old games into the present by making the beautiful sound amazing, give them new features, and just improve the overall experience. We want to make these games have the same feeling they did 20 plus years ago when you enjoyed them for the first time. Right now we are very Final Fantasy VII heavy, but in the near future that will change as we expand to Final Fantasy 8 and 9, and we may not stop there. We'll have to wait and see. And that is certainly, like I say, how I found them was through this, using the mod manager, which is such an easy setup. It's just basically install, and it connects up with your copy of the game, and so on. So then it's just a matter of, then you just kind of, you know, pick the mods that you want to start using, you want to get downloaded. Because yeah, like this one I believe is one that I've used of theirs also, the Avalanche Arisen battle scenes, to clean up the textures. And like it is, yeah, Cosmo Memory, just this one updates every single sound effects in the game, adds ambient sound effects to every field in the game, ambient sound effects to every battle in the game, voice attacks for every character, which has, when I remember doing it again, it threw me off a little bit. But like it is, it's just as simple as boom, you'll click on the one that you want to start getting, and it just downloads immediately down here, as you see, and boom, just like that, you got it in your under your mods. And then you can do other, you can kind of select what you want to customize for it, for the category. And I believe, yeah, so then you got the configuration that you can do too. You can override the game's dynamic stereo and force special effects to come through the center channel. You can update the menu sounds. You can have the voice attacks on or off, so you can turn them off if you want to. The field ambience, battle ambience, movie sounds, field footsteps, and the world map footsteps. That's I had that, and that was kind of a nice little addition. So it's little things like that. But what caught my attention was over here on their YouTube page. It was this here, I believe. Yeah, the Final Fantasy IX 4 Shrines Revival, because they released this video. Oops, stop. Stop. This was just a day ago, and that's why I was like, you know what, that'll make for a good little topic for today. Let me make sure I've got it. Pause that really quick. Here we go. All right, so this is Final Fantasy. This is a mod Final Fantasy IX 4 Shrines Revival release trailer. Lost cut content. Oh, has been restored. Ooh. Fight all 4. Play the intended way. I wonder if this is all their mods, because definitely the textures look all cleaned up and stuff. 4 Shrines Revival. So they've gotten some cool. Download via the Memoria mod manager. Okay, so they have their own mod manager for. Oh, and why is that not working? I swear to Christ. Thank you, Iconicog88 for the follow on Twitch. Thank you, appreciate it. Let's see here. Do they have? That is my new favorite. All right, let's go. Okay. So yeah, gonna have to see what their mod that mod manager is, because I always liked Final Fantasy 9, but they have, like I said, they have a bunch of other projects, and right now and you can check out, let me link the drop the link to the website in the chat for y'all. Oh really, Static, this was the first Final Fantasy you played? Nice. The first one that I really did play and get through and then really just dropped into it was Final Fantasy 7 myself. But yeah, here is the link to the main website, so you can check out also a bunch of their other projects, because like it is also, they've been doing the Echo S9. Play the voice acted remake you always wanted with the Echo S9. The Final Fantasy 9 voice acting mod. Join Zidane and Tantalus as they attempt to kidnap Garnet till Alexandros 17 and learn how their entire world has been altered. Okay, so they have a link also on the Tsunamods to take you to the mod manager that was mentioned in the video, and it goes right to GitHub, so you can check it out and download it and get the mod manager. But let's see also how let's check the trailer for this.
Peace is but a shadow of death.
Yep.
Desperate to forget its painful past, though we hope for promising years after shedding 1,000.
So it's saying on here, all voices in the trailer are subject to change.
Do I need a reason to help someone? You're a part of the team. That's all that matters. I wanted to come home to you. If I get first place, you and me'll go out.
Or kidnap the heir to the throne. Prince is gone.
Break a leg, Marcus, because you're playing the lead.
Leave the acting to me. Of course, the real kidnappers will be Blank and Zidane. And that'll be your cue, Zidane.
Oh, Nightmare! If you're out there, you can finally play some turn-based RPG, since they'll be talking at you, and you don't have to suffer the reading part.
Please, for some reason,
because they've done this, they were doing these mods for 7, 8, and 9 for Final Fantasy.
Promise me.
Soft. Garnet, you alright?
But mother,
I don't even know your name.
my name.
Why, it's another fight. Oh, man.
Oh. How do you prove? But you don't look. I have to find out who I'm scared. What if I?
Oh, you got it.
Part of me is kind of curious to hear it more in context with the scenes playing out in the music.
I, Steiner, shall escort the princess back to the castle. This is Captain Adelbert Steiner, reporting for duty. It is my sworn duty to protect you at any cost. We must turn back. Princess!
Steiner, the sword magic thingy.
Yeah, the Vivi voice is kind of getting like, I picture something different.
Tonight's performance is a story that.
But I mean, they're the guy, the Suna guy. They're getting like, you know, I think just basically like, oh wow, we got 20 people watching over on Twitch. Let's go.
For what age shalt thou live?
You're obviously not going to change your mind.
I think like,
So
I don't know if I don't know if they're, you know, professional voice actors or just fans and stuff like that. So it's interesting.
The time has come to serve my kingdom as a Burmesian Dragon Knight once again.
Steiner sounds old. I mean, I think he kind of is. He's not a young lad. It's just the models make them kind of look young, because it's almost like that slight chibi look, but not in that realm.
If she were to command an army of black mages, she won't make a move as long as we have.
What is that?
I don't know. Somehow it raises my power.
Could it really be trance? I've heard of it before. Chance is induced by a surge of emotion.
Let's see. Oops.
Something smells bad. I get bad feelings. Flower. You teach me many more important than tasty money.
Yeah.
I eat more frogs.
Queen, I wasn't expecting that voice.
Bad guy. I prepare a big meal for every day.
Let's see. So yeah, I mean, Steiner's age is within the game would be 33, according to this. So, huh.
A veritable emergency of terror, Her Royal Highness! Isn't
All Andre Abbey well? How ridiculously weak. Isn't there anyone who's worthy of facing me? I once killed 100 knights single-handedly. To me, you are nothing more than insects.
Oh, don't yell at me!
Static. He sounded old like Brad.
He's rough. This is no way to treat a lady. Mog, I'm gonna die here. I come.
And now by the Dragon King's breath shall your fate be decided.
I don't think it's necessary to make the
Listen,
summons talk like that.
You escaped unscathed from the monster, but you're
Other than
not
like maybe
gonna be so
like
lucky.
doing some monster roars or something like that. Hey, Black Pill Timon, how's it going, dude?
The victor lives. The defeated die. You know the rules.
Okay, this one is probably
taking scumbags. Now, get lost. I don't remember any loving parents. My first memory is of the guy I had to fight. I only found combat.
Well, he divulged his master plan to me. I didn't even have to. It was tiresome, but what he spoke of, it was truly a scene from a nightmare.
I find this rain quite pleasant. It feels as though the raindrops are blessing your victory. Now what do we have here? Another filthy rat. Fly home to your mother, little canary. I too will welcome
Okay,
you
I think they got a decent, they got a good voice actor here for Kuja. Almost giving me like kind of like what would be an English voice for Frieza or something.
Let's ditch the rust a lot and get out of here.
They do have a playable demo now at Tsunamods that you can check out. So that's yeah, you can download it here on the main website as I linked to the web to it all, so you can check it out if you want. They even, like I said, they have it for an Echo S7 project as well. It's not quite up my alley for Final Fantasy 7. I'm fine reading things. I got no problem with that. But I mean, that's pretty cool that they give you that they're working on projects like this to do it. So you can, instead of just having to read everything, you got the characters talking at you. Simone said Final Fantasy 9, the last truly great Final Fantasy. I'm going to have to agree with that. That was probably, and that was the last Final Fantasy game I played just about to completion. Pretty sure I beat that one. I know I got the end fighting Kuja. I just don't remember if I did beat him or if I just got to that point and I just never got to completing the final boss fight. But that was definitely like after that. Then once 10 came along, it was just downhill from there in my book. And I just Final Fantasy 10. I've brought this up before. I got to the wedding scene and I stopped playing it. I played Final Fantasy 11, the MMO. It was fun, but I mean, MMO, that one was really dependent on groups and stuff like that. So I just didn't quite go through that whole thing, and it was grindy as hell. Final Fantasy 12, started it, never got that far. My brother and a buddy of mine got through more of it. If I remember right, the main character basically takes a back seat to everybody else and is kind of an observer. I'm like, well, what's the point in that? And you could practically automate that game. Never played 13. Did play Final Fantasy 14 when I think early on when it was first out, and then did go back to it when they did the whole revamp, which God did that game need it. But yeah, but Final Fantasy for me has just been very iffy. Wingus says that stuff is neat to someone, not my thing though. Yeah, like I said, it's for whoever wants to have that availability. But like I said, they've also done other projects, especially for Final Fantasy 7, like Cosmo Memory here. So a complete audio overhaul, updating every single sound effect in the game, adding brand new ambient sound effects to every field and battle in the game, voice attacks for every character, conditional footsteps, sounds that change based on the ground terrain, updates all video cutscenes, sound effects, shuffles sound sets to eliminate repeating sounds, and 3 different selectable menu sound sets like I already showed in the Seventh Heaven mod manager. We can watch the trailer for that too, is really quick. You avoided 13. Bless you, Fractured, says Wingus. Yeah. 13 didn't go near. What was it? What was the boy band one? That was 15, right? That one I played a little bit of. Again, never beat it. And like I said, I think that was Final Fantasy. Yeah, 15 was the boy band edition. Timon says 12 was the beginning of the end. 13 was my last. I was done. I don't blame you. But I like, it's like you peek in every now and then. It's like, okay, let's see what's going on. Let's see. And I was like, okay, let's see what 15 is gonna bring. In reality, is it just the boy band simulator? It kind of felt that way. Or was it the road trip? Boy band on a road trip. My brother got through. I think my brother ended up beating the game, but that was about it. I didn't get that far. I know that much. And again, it's like Final Fantasy for me, that franchise. You know, there's nothing wrong with letting franchises die. Okay, there's nothing wrong. Timon, is saying boy band was 15. Static says the boy band is the only one I've beat. I just did it because I had to finally beat one. I know I beat Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8. Like I said, 9, I was practically there. I haven't beaten 6, but I've gotten damn far. I got to the point of Kefka destroying the world. And then you have to basically regather your party. I need to play the earlier games at some point in time. And I need to beat 6 one of these days as well, because I love that game. It is great. For the story that I've played through, and I do know the rest of the story. Plus then the soundtrack is phenomenal. I know the final boss music. Dancing Mad is probably one of the best tracks that they've put together, especially for the fact that it's like, was it like 11 minutes long or something, like 15 minutes long, and the transition for it is fantastic, especially when it gets to the later stages of the fight. You got the little, especially, you has to include the Kefka laugh. It has to include it one way or another. Blackpill Timon says Final Fantasy died with Squaresoft and Enix merge. That was the beginning. I always joke that before the Doc Toms, before the Squeenix. So yeah, we can see what they've got for the Cosmo Memory trailer here really quick. Oh, this is 6 minutes long. Oof. Let's check out a little bit of this. And see, this is mainly what I like doing for the Final Fantasy VII, modding the in-game battle models, and then also I don't know if they'll show the world map. And then yeah, here you go. So there's the mods that make the world map characters upscaled and everything. I love that one too. So here you're hearing more of the chirping birds, more of the door sound effects. Now the added sound effects for the wind and some of the running. I wonder if I realized that the sound effects were there. I think I just naturally was going along with it the last time I streamed Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, that's yeah. You can hear the little. So I definitely recommend using some of their mods if you're ever gonna like replay Final Fantasy VII. Like I said, I've used this mod before. It adds a lot of great extra effects to the game, and that's all you really, in my opinion, that's all you really need to do to re-enjoy some Final Fantasy VII. Is just install the Seventh Heaven mod manager, get that in there, and then just find some of the oop, go away. Like I say, you can just find the mods really easily as you're browsing the catalog. Let me see if I can find the particular one for the models. They have all, because even in the Tsunamods, they have the ones for mini game textures, spell textures. You can also they upscale the FMVs, and you can even get, if you wanted to, you get, what was it? I saw the different avatars too, or the different because they have the enhanced stock UI. But I know I'm trying to find where is it? The Nino style chibi is the ones that I've always used, because it gives the characters the field models, and then they also have the battle models from Nino style. So definitely install those when you're doing all that, and that'll bring that in and of itself brings new life to the game. And you can get they have like remastered versions of the soundtrack on here. Probably helps too if you're streaming. Maybe I don't think I ran into too many problems. Yeah, like they have a video game soundtrack here, music composed by Uematsu but arranged by Binol. So they have those different kind of, and even Tsunamods also has their ED music, updated a new opening FMV method. This is a modern full soundtrack replacement for Final Fantasy VII. Different things like that makes it all really nice and simple and clean. Just to be able to install things through this mod manager is great for that. Also, right now the Tsunamods guy is looking for some extra support to get people to go to the kick to try and make the whole partner and stuff like that, because long story short, Ireland are a bunch of tits and have kind of screwed a lot of the regular people over. So if you want, you can always also go and check out, because he will do basically the mod creation live. And so there's his link, and when I clip this out, I'll include the link in the description as well for everything that I showed off here today, to go through all of that. And if you want to, that's one way to show support for the modding project of Tsunamods, with everything that they're putting out there, and especially if you love replaying the old games. Just a simple thing to go and do and whatnot. Because you also get to check on the YouTube page, because he did do the update on there as well. Like I said, it's a whole thing. He goes into it. You can watch it. I feel like that'll be something for you to watch on your own time, because it's a bit heavy for the update. But otherwise, for everything else for the mods, go check it out. I've used some of them. They work great, and really brings that extra new life to Final Fantasy VII especially. And I'm gonna have to check out more for the Final Fantasy VIII side, and I'll have to eventually play through that again, because that's been forever. Not my favorite, but I'll certainly take it over a lot of the newer stuff. And 9 was definitely a gem that I loved, because it was kind of also a bit of I felt like a bit of some fan service within it, especially for some of the gameplay mechanics. It kind of worked like, to me, Final Fantasy VI, the Esper system, but a little bit but tweaked differently. So definitely check out their mods and stuff like that. And I love being able to spread the good word on any other mods that you want to check out, because I love it, being able to see games get continued life through mod projects and stuff like that. That's the fun thing. And you don't have to be so reliant on anything brand new. You got this. This sort of stuff is always cool. So yeah.
Thank you for watching this clip from Respawn Roast Cantina. Please like and subscribe if you like what you see, and check out the full episode.